In Court on TKO8 Television is brought to you by Campbell Bonding Company. Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble, let their family help your family. Campbell Bonding Company, 870-741-1138.
Court will start the court docket call this morning with Boone County case CR 2016-207 and 209, State of Arkansas versus Karine Cockrum. Also, the court is calling 2016-157.
Your Honor, she's applied for the service of the Public Defender's Office, and she does appear to qualify.
All right. Court's noting the appointment of the Public Defender's Office. Ms. Cockrum is for arraignment in case 2016-207 on charges of forgery in the second degree, Class C felony, and theft of property, Class A misdemeanor. On those charges, how does she now plead?
Not guilty. Wait formal reading of the charge.
And in case 2016-209, she's for arraignment on charges of forgery in the second degree, Class C felony, theft of property, Class A misdemeanor. On those charges, how does she plead?
Not guilty. Wait formal reading of the charge.
In case 2016-157, apparently there is an active alias warrant on this. Has she been served with that? Yes, she was. She was served with the alias warrant on the 22nd of July. And I guess at that point returned to custody. So all three of these cases are on Judge Putman's docket. I'm going to set them down to reappear in front of Judge Putman on August 12th.
Judge, with regard to Ms. Cochran, I'm going to give Mr. Russo discovery that we've put together in 2016-209, 2016-157. The court also needs to be aware that Ms. Cochran has case 2016-22 in your division of court, which has a scheduling hearing, and she has a pretrial set for August 19th. Ms. Cockrum also has charges pending out of Stone County, Missouri, and Taney County, Missouri. For judicial economy, and I don't know what Mr. Russo's position on this would be, but I would ask that we move 2016-22 over to Division 3. She will be bouncing around between courts for a while, and if we have her on two separate dockets, she's going to be appearing here on a somewhat regular basis, and I don't know what the arrangements were made with Missouri in order to get her here for this particular one, or whether we've agreed to return her or she's waived anything.
Your Honor, since the bulk of the cases are in Judge Putman's division, I think there's a potential, in light of everything she's facing, that these could probably be wrapped up more efficiently if it was a package. I think if it was the case in your division, the 2016-22 was transferred to Division 3, it makes more sense.
Well, court on the surface agrees with that. What the court would really like to look at before I do that is to see where we're tracking on speedy trial and other issues to know kind of. I mean, I don't want to transfer it over and then deliver a problem to Judge Putman because he hasn't been, that case hasn't been worked into his schedule. It sounds as though this case is fairly close to being ready for trial. When do we have it set?
September 19th. The arrest date in 2016-22 was February 13th, so we're just a little short of 6 months into speedy trial.
And if she's been a fugitive, as was indicated in the case 2016-157, there may be excluded periods also. All right. Based on that, I'm going to transfer case 2016-22 to Judge Putman's docket. And we'll enter an order doing that. All right. You may be excused.
Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble, let their family help your family. Campbell Bonding Company, 870-741-1138.
Fly higher. Go further. Do more. Take it to the next level with Polaris. Whether you're chasing unforgettable memories, manhandling a mountain of work, or pushing the limits of work and play, we've got the perfect machine built just for you. Now's the time to get rebates up to $2,000 during the Polaris Spring Sales Event.
Come see us at 824 North Main in Harrison.
Here's another satisfied client from Dental Creations of Harrison.
My husband and I both went through this together. We both had teeth that was causing health problems. Doctor wanted to come and talk to us about what we wanted, what our options were. We've gotten our final dentures. They feel as natural as our other teeth ever did. The best part is being able to smile again and not thinking, okay, I've got to hide this side of my face because that tooth's missing.
Dental Creations on the square in Harrison, next to the Big Red Boot.
North Arkansas College cares. Did you know they have a food pantry for students, tutoring services, financial and career coaching, and a career clothing closet? And North Ark's tuition is one of the lowest in the state. Enroll this fall and get the support you need. Exciting faculty, small classes, and affordable tuition are all examples that show students North Ark cares.
Open enrollment now through August 12th. Classes begin August 15th. See the full class schedule at northark.edu or speak with an advisor, 870-391-3505.
Okay, 2012 140, 2012 or 13 222, and 2016-206, State of Arkansas versus Robert Francis Young. Court's making the appointment of the Public Defender's Office to represent Mr. Young. In case 2016-206, Mr. Young is facing charges of no. Okay, well, I've just approved the appointment of the Public Defender's Office, but apparently in this case, that is in 2016-206, Mr. Downham has entered a waiver of arraignment in the case.
Well, Judge, if he can afford private counsel in 2016-206-4, then I ask to be relieved out of 2012-140 and 2013-222. Okay.
All right.
So on the record, Judge, I'm formally asking to be relieved in all those cases.
All right. The Public Defender's Office will be relieved from representing Mr. Young.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court notes there's a written waiver of arraignment been filed. Apparently, it wasn't filed in time to get in the court file, however, but. Mr. Downham is entering his appearance. Mr. Young, your attorney has waived formal arraignment. Your charges against you are possession of a controlled substance, methamphetamine, a Class D felony, and possession of drug paraphernalia, a separate Class D felony. That's in 2016-206. You'll need to communicate with your attorney about that case. The Public Defender's Office is being relieved. I'll make a note that Mr. Downham is representing you. Now,
bond on my revocation or anything like that. I showed up to court Friday. They accidentally let me out. Lee County Jail accidentally let me out July 14th. And I showed up to court the very next day to get arrested and everything. And I mean, I'm not trying to run from this, and I have a job, and I just don't want to lose my car, and get out on an ankle monitor or anything. And I report to the probation office every day. That's what it takes until we get this resolved.
well, here's the situation. Have you talked to your attorney?
No, sir, not this time. My wife has, but I haven't.
Yeah.
I report to the probation office every day. That's what it takes. And ankle monitor. I just need to get out and to work. I bonded out on the charges that got me the registration. I bonded out on that already too.
Yeah. Let me look at it. This case, these other two cases were down for hearing today. We were scheduled to have a hearing on those cases today. But with the change of counsel, court was going to continue that. The court's going to continue that. Your attorneys filed a motion to continue. What we're going to do, I'll discuss bond in a minute. Let's take care of business. We're scheduled for hearing today on these two cases. I'm going to reschedule this. I'm resetting this hearing for on the revocation cases for August 19th. If you consult with your attorney or have any conversation with your attorney, you can tell him, because he's not here today, you can tell him that your case is reset for August 19th to be heard on the revocation cases. I was going to look at what the basis of the revocation was.
Judge, basically it's the new charge.
The charge we're only now arraigning him on?
That is correct.
Because these revocation petitions were filed in June.
The arrest date in 2016-206 is in fact June 9th.
Have you been in jail since June 9th?
I bonded out on the new charges, and then I got arrested on.
Well, it wasn't on any new charges. It was on the revocation.
Well,
because the new charges is what you're.
New charges. I got arrested on June 9th for. I bonded out, and then so 3 weeks later or so, I think July 8th or 9th, somewhere around there, May 10th, I got arrested on the revocations, and I've been here ever since. And then they let me out July 14th on accident. I don't know how, but they did. And I showed up to court the very next day for the revocation, and got arrested there because wondering why I was out. And I was like, I don't know, they let me out.
All right. Well, yeah, I see what you're saying. You were arrested on probable cause on June 9th. That was the date the law enforcement officers found you allegedly in possession of drugs and paraphernalia. So they arrested you, and you were able to make bond, which appears to have been set at $25,000 on that date. And then on the revocation followed on that, and now the formal charges come. The court's going to find that the court is willing to reinstate the bond in this matter of the $25,000 bond and have it cover all three cases. If your bondsman will stay on the bond that was previously issued, otherwise the bond for all three cases will be a new bond at $2,500. But so get in touch with your bondsman and see if he'll stay on the bond. That'll be the order of the court. You may be excused. Your next appearance in court is the 19th of August. If you bond out, you need to be here with your attorney on the 19th of August for hearing on your revocation case.
So I can leave. I can leave if my bondsman is willing to stay on.
If you bond out, what you need to do is either have a new bond in the amount of $25,000, Or if your bondsman will agree to stay on your bond, that bond is going to be $25,000, the same $25,000 bond you bounded out before, and you just simply need to get with him and make arrangements. This is something normally your attorney should be doing for you, is getting hold of your bondsman and making these arrangements. But, you know, you might get hold of your family, your family member who's contacted Mr. Downham and see if he can't help you with all of that. All right? You may be excused at this time. Your next appearance in court is August 19th.
North Arkansas College Cares. Did you know they have a food pantry for students, tutoring services, financial and career coaching, and a career clothing closet? And North Ark tuition is one of the lowest in the state. Enroll this fall and get the support you need. Exciting faculty, small classes, and affordable tuition are all examples that show students North Ark cares.
Open enrollment now through August 12th. Classes begin August 15th. See the full class schedule at northark.edu or speak with an advisor, 870-391-3505.
Crystal clear mountain streams, river rapids, and rolling hills with endless valleys. The beauty of the Ozark. Generation family-owned business Magnus Toyota has been operating here in the Ozarks for over 50 years. When we make a new deal, we make a new friend. Stop in and visit us today and see why our customers say we're the best. Magnus Toyota, your hometown Toyota dealer on Highway 65 North in Harrison.
Well, howdy, folks. Brewster the Rooster here from the Chicken House. I want to tell you about some great specials we got just for you. On Saturdays, you can save 10% off any of our menu items, and on Sundays, we bump it up to 20%. And to keep it interesting, every Monday through Friday, we offer up a special deal of the day that you can only find out when you stop by the Chicken House on Highway 65 North in Harrison. Come on by and enjoy the Cajun-infused flavor in every bite of crispy, crunchy chicken at the Chicken House in Harrison.
Here you go. I think my friends and I are going to have a lot of fun in this. Oh, look at these girls. Oh, they're so fun. You never take me dancing anymore.
Well, we're married.
You go, girls.
During Toyota's annual clearance event, get $1,500 customer cash, or qualified buyers get 0% APR financing for 72 months on a stylish new 2016 Corolla. Toyota. Let's go places.
2016-118, State of Arkansas versus Jordan Hampton. This case is down for a pretrial hearing today, I believe.
Judge, according to my notes, we issued a failure to appear on July 8th. He was apparently served on... There he is. Okay.
May I say something on?
The alias warrant was issued, and he was served with that alias warrant on July 15th, due to after his non-appearance on July 8th. Yes, sir. You may say something. Have you talked to your attorney?
No, Your Honor, I haven't talked to my attorney at all. I've been here like 25 days. I'm supposed to go to rehab soon. Like I've not been revoked from my probation or nothing like that. I did not mean to miss the court date. I lost the paperwork, and that's what happened. I didn't even know how to won out, man.
Well, you're responsible for showing up on the day. That's a court order that for you to appear. So if you don't show up, you lose your paperwork and don't show up. That's nobody's fault but yours. So
Judge, if you want to have Mr. Hampton transported over, I may be able to resolve his issues.
All right. I'm going to direct that Mr. Hampton will be transported over for an afternoon session of court.
Thank you, Your Honor.
For this afternoon. 2015-56, 2015-59, State of Arkansas versus Jerry Kilburn.
Your Honor, recalling Mr. Kilburn's case, we've been waiting for Dr. Wood to be able to come in and examine Jerry. Both the prosecutor and I had a telephone conference with Dr. Wood the other day. He expressed his sincere apologies, Judge, but he's been subpoenaed in court all over the state. He's got 2 dates coming up. One court date has fallen off, and that's August 16th. And he anticipates coming to the Boone County Jail on August 16th to meet with Jerry to conduct the examination. He said that he's got another court date on August 8th, that if it goes by the wayside, he assured us that he would move him up on the schedule and see Jerry on August 8th instead, if that court date goes off, and that he would give us a verbal report prior to his scheduled trial date, and then that way we would know where we stand. So that's the status of the forensic exam with Mr. Kilburn, with Dr. Wood planning to see him on either August 8th or 16th. So if the court's got another date available, or if the court would entertain a conference call, as soon as we have something, Dr. Wood will report that to the court.
We haven't set a trial date since the filing of this motion. We had a trial date back in July, and so as far as I know, we don't have a trial date set.
Judge,
waiting for the completion of the evaluation.
By the looks of things, Judge, depending on what Dr. Wood has to say, I think we could potentially dispose of Jerry's case either on somewhere around the September 2nd or September 19th dates that the court has other matters scheduled for trial. And if the court would just want to hear from us on Dr. Wood's report before doing that, as soon as we know something, we can advise the court and go from there.
Let's put him down for reappearance on September 2nd.
Thank you, Your Honor. Jerry, did you hear what I said about Dr. Wood? He'll see you at the latest on August 16th. If he has a cancellation on a subpoena, he'll see you on August 8th. Okay?
All right. Defendant may be excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
2016-68, State of Arkansas versus Aaron Atkins. This is a reappearance. Mr. Atkins is down for trial during the week of September 19th and has a pretrial set for August 19th. This was just to appearance date to check on the status of the case. What's the status of the case at this time?
Your Honor, we've received discovery. There's been a plea offer extended, and it appears as of right now the matter is proceeding to trial.
All right. Defendant may be excused. Your next appearance in court will be August 19th for pretrial. You may be excused. Has there been any discussion about representation on that? Because that's after the date.
Mr. Bunch had been dealing and working with him.
Okay. So Mr. Bunch is probably going to be taking that case over.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
It shows my name, but I think in all actuality, Judge, it's probably going to be Mr. Bunch.
2016-90, the State of Arkansas versus Johnny Callan. I know Mr. Callan has other cases. Maybe they're all in Judge Putman's docket. Is that right? That
is correct, Your Honor.
Okay. let's see, he was on this charge. No, they were filed some time ago. He's been in court several times.
He has 2016-90-4.
Which is this one.
And I think the other one is 2016-192-4. I don't believe at this point anything is on Judge Putman's docket.
Well, can you contact? Let's get the other file. I'd like to have it clear what we're representing. All right.
Judge, do you have the 90-4 file?
I have the 90-4 file.
Is there a scheduling order in it?
Yes. It's already set for, this is the reappearance to check on the status of the case. It's set for trial during the week of October 31st with a pretrial date set for September 30th.
Yeah, but does he have? Do we have another file? Chris, have you given this? This is great. That's what I thought. Is that why we're supposed to be here today?
Yeah. Well, no.
Has there been a motion to revoke the bond filed?
Judge,
on either of these cases?
I believe in the 2016-192, Judge Putman set bond requiring an ankle monitor, and law enforcement found him without his ankle monitor on at least 2 occasions, and he was ordered back in jail.
It was my recollection that initially I had an ankle monitor on him, and then he, I think through counsel, asked to have it removed because it was irritating his leg, and I agreed to that, somewhat reluctantly, but I agreed to that. And I guess Judge Putman on this other case must have put the ankle monitor on him on the bond on that one. So that's why I wanted both files up here so that we could see what we're doing on this. Not be, yeah. Huh. The other case is on this docket, and it's set for trial in December of 2016.
And Judge, I'm wondering if that was just an error that Judge Putman was not aware that you had modified the court's previous order.
Oh, I think he was very much aware of that. Mr.
If he's not required to wear an ankle monitor, why would we revoke his bond because he wasn't wearing an ankle monitor?
Oh, he had his ankle monitor. He just wasn't wearing it and was leaving it places.
Can I say, John?
Judge, at this point, we are opposed to any release of Johnny Wayne Callan.
On what basis?
That he just will not follow the rules that the courts have set out for him. That's number one. Number two, when he was first bonded out, he was not to have contact with a certain person, and he continued to have that contact. Number three, we're now conducting another investigation because apparently he was able to make these bonds potentially by stealing money from somebody.
But no charges are filed?
It's still being investigated. A complaint was made by a close family member.
The indications are that the court made a decision on this court made a decision on July 8th that his ankle monitor, which I'd originally put on him, could be removed. Okay, that was on July 8th. The indications are that he was subsequently taken into custody on failure to register. Is that what? Well, on a new set of charges is what's indicated. On July 18th, and that's when, as I understand it, Judge Putman set a new bond of $5,000 and an ankle monitor. So there's a new order from a judge for an ankle monitor, and that's what I'd been hearing, that there was some issue about the ankle monitor that came up following my decision in court to remove the ankle monitor earlier. But the court feels that Judge Putman's order supersedes this court's previous removal of the ankle monitor because it comes after this court's order. And certainly if there's indications that while he was under an order of a judge to have an ankle monitor on and he refuses and he takes it off, then the court has a real problem with that. Now,
Can I say something?
yes, Mr. Callen, if you don't want to let your lawyer handle it, that's fine. What would you like to say?
My foot was rotting off. I was cleaning it. That's why I pulled it off. I was going to put it back on.
Judge, that's another problem. These ankle monitors are designed that you just can't pull them off and put them on. And twice he has been caught with it off.
It was recycled so it wouldn't affect my areas.
Well, let me explain something, Mr. Callen. If you're ordered to wear an ankle monitor, the fact that you are able to remove it doesn't mean that you can legally remove it. If you're under an order of a court to wear an ankle monitor, you need to keep it on even if you can get it off. So, I mean, that's no explanation whatsoever.
And if I'm losing my foot?
Judge, the complaint I had last time is he still didn't have any doctor's notes, letters, anything from a doctor saying that that's in fact the problem.
Well, at this point, court's going to find that Mr. Callen is not subject to being held without bond. We're going to have a bond, and at this point, the court is going to require him to wear an ankle monitor until or unless there is a valid presentation of evidence. He's subject to bonding out on the same terms he was out on before, wearing the ankle monitor. If there is any other occasion in which you're found without the ankle monitor, then you will be subject to being rearrested and put in jail, because that's a condition of your bond. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, if you're having a medical problem with the ankle monitor, you go to a doctor and get validation of that. You discuss it with your attorney. You don't act on your own to remove it. You have no authority to do that, and it'll subject you to additional time in jail. All right? Is it crystal clear now?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's talk about where this case stands in terms of, I think this is a reappearance date for status of the case in at least 2016-90.
Your Honor, in 2016-90, we have received discovery, and we have, as of Wednesday, we've now received a potential plea offer in the case.
Judge, part of the court's order on Mr. Callen on July 8th was that he was to have no contact with any juveniles. I would like to have a hearing on this. I'll get Detective Ted Schaefer over here, because Mr. Callen, while he's been out on bond on your order, has in fact had contact with juveniles.
Well, we'll set down for bond hearing then on August 19th. And if those allegations are proven up, then the court will reconsider on the bond. All right. Mr. Callen, you may be excused.
Do I get out today?
No, sir. You have to make arrangements to make the bond and get the ankle monitor back on, and then you're subject to release.
Okay, so I call my bond.
Yes, and you probably ought to call your attorney as well.
Okay, thank you.
Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble, let their family help your family. Campbell Bonding Company, 870-741-1138.
Well, howdy, folks. Brewster the Rooster here from the Chicken House. I want to tell you about some great specials we got just for you. On Saturdays, you can save 10% off any of our menu items, and on Sundays, we bump it up to 20%. And to keep it interesting, every Monday through Friday, we offer up a special deal of the day that you can only find out when you stop by the Chicken House on Highway 65 North in Harrison. Come on by and enjoy the Cajun-infused flavor in every bite of crispy, crunchy chicken at the Chicken House in Harrison.
Criminal justice is one of the fastest growing programs at North Arkansas College. If you're considering an exciting career as a fish or game warden, police officer, or crime scene investigator, check out the criminal justice classes offered this fall at only $68 per credit hour for Boone County residents and $92 for Arkansas residents. North Ark offers high quality instruction close to home at an affordable price. Think North Ark first, we're your college.
Open enrollment now through August 12th. See the full class schedule at northark.edu or speak with an advisor, 870-391-3505.
Here you go.
Can't wait to see what this baby can do.
Thank you.
Good morning.
You remember my parents' anniversary?
During Toyota's annual clearance event, get $2,500 customer cash, or qualified buyers get 0% APR financing for 72 months on a new 2016 Camry. Toyota. Let's go places.
2016-33, State of Arkansas versus Sean Cook.
Is this it? No, this is the... Yeah, Sean.
Judge, if you'd have them brought over this afternoon.
Direct that Mr. Cook will be transported to the courthouse for the afternoon session of court. You may be excused, sir. 2016-186, State of Arkansas versus Jared Austin Kroom.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. The court file reflects that on the 15th of July, Mr. Kroom appeared before Judge Putman, was arraigned on charges of theft by receiving, possession, and possession of controlled substance, both felonies, and was ordered to reappear here on this date for purposes of getting on this court's scheduling order. The file also reflects that his arrest date was June 2nd on these charges.
Jared, are you on a PV?
Yes, sir. I filed for a hearing also.
Okay. Judge, can we have Jared brought over this afternoon?
Okay. That's fine. I'm going to put him on a scheduling order that sets him for trial the week of March 14th of 2017. Sets him for pretrial February 24th of 2017, and has him reappearing on January 27th of 2017. All those dates will be in the scheduling order. In the meantime, the court will direct that he'll be brought over this afternoon, and we'll review his situation. Okay. You may be excused. 2016-188, State of Arkansas versus Josh Dooley. Again, this individual was arraigned on August 12th, entered a plea of not guilty, and is down to get on this court's scheduling order.
Judge, what was the court date? Did you just give a court date?
I did not give a court. Are there any... Does anybody have any familiarity with the case to project possible? Is this a case that's going to require a multi-day trial?
Yes, sir. Yes.
What I was anticipating.
And Judge, on this case, I see Mr. Bunch writing some notes. Has the Public Defender's Office been appointed?
We have.
Okay. Judge, there is a huge amount of medical records that we will copy and get over to Mr. Bunch as soon as possible.
So we need to get discovery moving forward. Do we have a special setting time, and I can set it down under the regular scheduling order, but I don't anticipate that will accommodate the kind of trial we're talking about in this case. Okay. All right. Court's going to set this matter down at this time for trial during the week of March 14th, 2017, set a pretrial for February 24th, and order the defendant to reappear on January 27th of 17. But let's get discovery completed promptly and see where we are and see if we can come up with a solid estimate of time of trial and get it put in the schedule as early as possible. You may be excused, Mr. Dooley. 2011-198, State of Arkansas versus Christopher Hanley. It appears to the court Mr. Hanley qualifies for the Public Defender's Office. The court is making the appointment of the Public Defender to represent Mr. Hanley. All right. It appears to the court this is a first appearance on a petition to revoke that was filed July 27th of 2016. The alleged violations of law are they violated the condition that requires that he not commit any crime, and it's in that it's alleged on June 4th of 2016 he committed the offense. It's alleged that he committed the offense of careless or prohibited driving and leaving the scene of an accident with property damage. It's also alleged that on June 7th that he failed to report within 24 hours of his release from incarceration to his probation officer. It's alleged that on June 30th he committed a new offense of public intoxication. On June 30th, it's also alleged that the offense was drinking in public as well. On July 8th, it's alleged that Mr. Hanley committed the offense of disorderly conduct and fleeing on foot. On July 11th, he was released from incarceration, apparently on that earlier charge. And as of July 14th had failed to report. He's also, it's alleged that he's delinquent on his supervision fees and owed, as of July 15th, $125. All of those are the allegations contained in the petition. On those allegations, how does Mr. Hanley now plead?
Not true, Your Honor. Ask that a reasonable bond be set.
Plea of not true is set. This case will be set for hearing on August 19th. What says the state on the issue of bond?
Your Honor, Mr. Hanley was more or less a pretty good probationer for the first 3.5 years he was on probation. Obviously, something has occurred in his life in the last few months that has caused him to go a little wayward. These are not felonies, I will say that. I think the drinking and some of the behavior is serious. The court's given him a quick hearing date. It's in 14 days. So if the court sets a bond, I'd ask that it be $500 in cash. And if the court wants to hold him no bond, the state's not opposed to that either because the court's given him a quick hearing date.
The indication is he was taken into custody on July 29th, which should be he's
1 week.
Court's going to set bond at $5,000 cash or professional.
Thank you, Your Honor.
It will be conditioned upon him promptly meeting with his probation officer. He's to be in contact with his probation officer within 24 hours of his release from incarceration. If he's released over a weekend on bond, then on the Monday following his release, he's to report at 9 a.m. To his probation officer as a condition of his bond. Failure to do so will result in the issuance of a warrant for his arrest. That'll be the order of the court. And it's also conditioned. The bond will also be conditioned upon no use, possession, or use of alcohol. So those will be the conditions on his bond.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Hanley, you may be excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're down for hearing in 2 weeks. If you bond out, you need to be in court on the 19th of August.
All right.
In Court on TKO8 Television is brought to you by Campbell Bonding Company. Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble, let their family help your family. Campbell Bonding Company, 870-741-1138.
Your Tundra can haul loads of gravel.
It can, but I'm busy.
How about cinder blocks?
Yeah, no. Going riding.
Let's pull out stumps.
Rather go fishing.
Gravel is back.
Okay, enough with the gravel.
The 2016 Toyota Tundra. For those who believe play is the new word. Qualified buyers get 0% APR for 60 months plus $2,000 special edition cash on a new 2016 Special Edition Tundra for a total savings over $6,100. Toyota, let's go places.
Here's another satisfied client from Dental Creations of Harrison.
My husband and I both went through this together. We both had teeth that was causing health problems. Dr. wanted to come and talk to us about what we wanted, what our options were. We've gotten our final dentures. They feel as natural as our other teeth ever did. The best part is being able to smile again and not thinking, okay, I've got to hide this side of my face because that tooth's missing.
Dental Creations on the square in Harrison, next to the Big Red Boot.
When you practice your home fire drill, make sure you stay low under the smoke. Make sure you practice home fire drills with your family.